Hello, hope you're having a blessed day and welcome to our daily devotional. I was thinking of a story this week. When I was young, I loved to go fishing. And I can remember many a day where I was fishing with one of my two grandfathers. We took a family vacation every year, which ended up being actually a family reunion. And we would go down to Fredericksburg, Texas every 4th of July holiday to enjoy time with extended family on my grandmother's side. Well, one of my favorite things of going there was going fishing, because right across from our campground was the Pedernales River. What a great place to go fishing. And even as a little guy, I would grab my tackle box and my fishing pole and a little bucket of worms and go through the campground and across the highway and down the ledge to go fishing at the river. While I was doing that one morning, I'd set up my bait and my tackle box, casted my rod, and I waited for the bobber to sit there, and it sat there for many minutes. And when you fish, you're just patient. But one thing you don't like when you're fishing is snakes. I cannot stand water moccasins. I've been scared of them since I was a kid. Well, sure enough, that morning, one of those snakes plopped in the water right across the river, and it came, that creepy motion as they swim on top of the water, and that sucker was coming right for me. And when it got about 6 feet from me in the water, I dropped my pole and I ran back across the road into the campground. My grandfather saw me and he said, "Chad, what are you doing? Weren't you fishing?" I said, "Yes, I was, but I left." And he said, "Well, why did you leave? Where's your fishing pole and your tackle box?" Which he meant to say was my fishing pole and my tackle box, because they were his. I was borrowing him. And I said, "I left them because a snake came after me." And he said, "A snake? Aren't you sure that snake wasn't more scared of you than you were of it?" I said, "You were not there." So we walked back across the street and down the hill, and sure enough, there was my pole, there was my tackle box, and even my little jar bait. The snake hadn't eaten it. And my granddad said, "Look, it's 6 feet down to the water. It's rocks. There's no way that snake could come all the way up that rocky ledge and get you. You were scared of nothing." Well, the disciples get scared of the wrong thing all the time, right? We see the story in Luke chapter 8 when it says, "Then Jesus got into the boat and his disciples followed him. Suddenly, a furious squall came up on the lake so that the waves swept over the boat, but Jesus was sleeping. The disciples went and woke him, saying, 'Lord, save us, we're going to drown.' And Jesus replied, 'You of little faith, why are you so afraid?' And then he got up and he rebuked the winds and the waves, and it was completely calm." Right now, I think we're in the middle of one of those boats sloshing storms, right? The waves have picked up around us, and there's all kinds of calamity, the thunder and the lightning, and we're sure that we're going to drown with all of this that we've been dealing with, the coronavirus and the quarantine and the shelter in place. And we forget that Jesus is in the boat with us the whole time. We get scared, not thinking that he who commands the winds and the waves simply has but to stand up and says, "Peace, be still, be calm, I am with you." So as you go about your day today and this coming week and even the coming weeks, as we continue to deal with this crisis, it's okay to be afraid and recognize what is scary around us. But also take perspective and don't forget who's in the boat with you. Where's your faith? It is in Jesus, who is master of the tempests. Have a great day.